You're walking through town or along a pier and something catches your eye. Nice light, interesting scene, people doing things. You lift your camera and then nothing. You don't know what to photograph or how to capture it. So either you take a generic shot and move on, or you start arranging things and asking people to pose or trying to create something interesting. And here's what most photographers miss. The problem isn't that there's nothing to photograph. The problem is you're trying to create a story instead of read the one that's already there. Let me show you what I mean. Here's an example. I saw these two girls in Manchester and they were taking selfies. I thought it looked good and I asked them if I could take their photo. They posed, smiled, I shot it. Technically it's fine, but it's just the posed photo. Compare that to this. People completely absorbed in what they were doing. These two Asian ladies trying to get a selfie on the streets of York. They have no idea I'm there. They're so focused on their own activity that they just don't notice me. And that's what makes it interesting. There's a genuine moment happening. The first one I created. The second one, I read what was already happening. Here's another example. This is my friend John, and he wanted some new photos for his website. Pictures taken in his hometown. I asked him to stand next to this information board. It's about the Romans' presence in Lancaster. And he did. But he's aware of the camera. He's a bit stiff, even though he's doing what I asked. This is the same person, the same place. Moments later. A passerby made a witty remark, and I caught John's genuine reaction. Now there's life, emotion, a real moment. One is manufactured, the other is real, and the difference comes down to one shift. Stop trying to create stories, start reading the ones that are already there. So how do you read a scene? I use what I call the 4-question observation drill. Before you lift your camera, ask yourself 4 things. Question 1, what's happening here? Not what could happen, not what you wish would happen, what is actually happening right now. This group of dry stone wallers taking a genuine break from their work. They're sharing a joke. That's what's happening. It's a real pause in their day. It's people absorbed in their own activity. That's what's happening. Genuine focus on what they're doing. If your answer is nothing's happening, then there's probably no story there, so move on. The second question, what's the light doing? Is it creating mood, framing something, revealing or hiding? Light isn't just exposure, it's part of the story. Here in this shot, it's night time, it's dark, and it's low light. So I positioned this Asian girl under a street light for good light effect. It's a nice technique, but I'd forced it. The light is just helping me technically to capture the photo and avoid too much noise. In this shot here, natural light creates contrast and frames the subject without any manipulation from me. The light is doing the work. Question 3. What's the relationship between elements in the scene, person and the environment, the foreground and background? What's connecting them? This person's reading the book in the park on a sunny day, perhaps taking a break from work on their lunch break. But the person connects to the environment in their scene. They're positioned in the environment close to the flower bed, head down, reading, and the bright contrast of a sunny day. That creates the layers between these elements. There are multiple relationships in one frame. This painter and decorator sat in the back of his van deep in thought, the tools of his trade scattered around him, sitting between two worlds. This relationship tells you about their day. Question 4. What's the emotion? What's already present in the scene? Not what you want to manufacture, but what's actually there. Genuine amusement. Quiet contemplation, complete absorption and focus. These 4 questions take about 10 seconds to run through, but they force you to observe before you shoot, and that's when you stop manufacturing and start capturing. Now, once you know what story you're reading, you need to know how to capture it, and that means working with whatever light you've got. Harsh midday sun, low light at night, side light, backlight, all of it. I have a free ebook called How to See Light Like a Pro Photographer. It covers light direction, harsh light and low light situations. Everything you need to capture the stories you're reading in any conditions. There's a link in the description below. Now let me show you how this works with a real life example. I'm out shooting, it's the middle of the day, and I see someone taking a break from their work. Before I lift my camera, I run the drill. What's happening? Here's someone taking a genuine break and they're lost in thought. What's the light doing? Natural side light. It's creating contrast. Their environment, the shape of the van, is naturally framing them. What's the relationship? Them and their work environment. The tools around them. They're caught in transition between work and rest. What's the emotion? Quiet contemplation. A pause in their working day. Now I know what I'm capturing. Not a worker portrait, but a genuine moment of pause during a workday. The 10 seconds I spent observing told me everything about how to frame this and when to shoot. Compare that to what I used to do. Nice light here, let me position someone for the best effect. I'm starting with technique and hoping a story appears. It usually doesn't. The difference, one starts with observation and the other starts with manipulation. Now let me give you 3 quick things you should avoid. First, don't rush the observation. This drill at first will take you 10 seconds, but you'll get faster with practice. Most photographers see something and immediately start shooting. Just slow down, read first, capture second. Secondly, if the 4 questions reveal there's no story, then move on. Not every scene needs to be photographed. And thirdly, resist the urge to direct. The moment you start asking people to do things, you're back to creating instead of reading. The best photos happen when you're invisible. So here's your challenge for this week. Pick a location, your local high street, a park, a cafe, and spend 20 minutes just observing. Don't take any photos, just watch. And for each scene that catches your eye, run the 4-question drill. What's happening? What's the light doing? What's the relationship? What's the emotion? Write down what you observe, and then only after you've read the scene, decide if there's a story worth capturing. You'll be amazed how many stories exist once you train yourself to read them. So the key points: every scene already has a story. Your job is to read it, not create it. Use the 4-question observation drill. Observe first, capture second. And don't forget my free light ebook, link in the description. It'll help you capture those stories in any lighting situation. Now, go and practice reading the scene, and I'll see you in the next video.